Fire signs, it is time for your weekly elemental reading. So, shout out to all of my Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. Welcome back in. We are going to be looking at your next 7 days ahead. This is going to just be a general energy check in. So, whatever comes out. Yeah, but this is a general reading. So, make sure you're using your own intuition, your own discernment. As I'm reading this card, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is a timeless reading. So whenever you connect with this reading, it's going to be for your next week ahead, right? Last week I did love readings. So if you're interested for your July love reading, go check that out. But we are in Mercury retrograde. So the love readings were kind of like, so if you are kind of like transiting something in love and you kind of want to go check out that energy, yeah, and as I'm recording this, we are still in Mercury retrograde. I think until about the end of July, right? So we still have a few more weeks. We still have a few more weeks, and what I was really realizing is that eclipse season is next month. I can't believe that next month is August, but yeah, so like eclipse season is on the way. Like it's nearly here. Actually, the next new moon that we're gonna have is in Cancer, and that's gonna be our last new moon before eclipse season. And so I am someone who works with the moon cycles. So hi, my name is Naomi. If this is your first time joining my channel, thanks for watching. But yeah, so I do new moon and full moon collective readings. I like to work with the moon cycles. Yeah, to work with that cosmic energy. But when eclipse time comes, that's when I'm like very much like hands off on my manifesting, on my, magic making, whatever I'm trying to bring into fruition, using more of those cosmic energies. I kind of allow things to be because things are always shifting and changing, right? And so, um, yeah, that's just something to be aware of, that we are about to start being in that like pre shadow of eclipse energy, especially once we get to this new moon in Cancer. I'm going to see that we're like fully in that threshold energy of it. But we'll still have the full moon in Aquarius. Yeah, because we're going into Leo season. We're still going to have the full moon in Aquarius. That will still be a regular full moon before we have that full moon eclipse. So that may just be specific for someone. That's just like an update where we are, if you are watching this more so in current time. And yeah, and if not, disregard that. Or, stay up to date with your cosmic calendar. I said already, like, we go through Mercury retrograde 3 times a year. We have 2 eclipse seasons each year. So even if you're watching this in the future, you could still be moving through a Mercury retrograde or eclipse period. So that's just something to be aware of, right? I like to pay attention to things like that. But without further ado, we're going to get into your reading. So, what's up to my fire signs? That was just your little cosmic zodiac check in because, yeah, we're shifting a lot of things. Neptune just went into retrograde. Uranus is now in Gemini. So things are shifting. And actually, what I was just reading is that these planets are going into signs like from 2025 and 2026. The transit that the outer planets specifically have been making, this is like once in a lifetime things. Like they're making once in a lifetime shifts that are really like undocumented in current time. So like we're literally writing the new right now is what I got from that. So yeah. Anyways, I'm like, because that may be too big. We're just going to be looking at your next week ahead, okay? And so we're going to get the overall energy with the Moonology, get the main messages with the tarot. I'll clarify if needed. And then I also have the tea leaves to get the tea for the week, see what your fortune is. So shout out to all of my fire signs, wherever the fire lies at in your chart. Sun, moon, rising, Venus. Check your other placements. Yeah, go back and watch go see that fire sign love reading. Okay. But thank you, Spirit. So may these messages be in your highest and best good. May they be confirming for you. May they be assisting to you on your path. And may I be a clear channel for these messages to come through for you at this time. Thank you, Spirit. So can I please have a card for the fire signs? What do they need to know this next week ahead. What is this overall energy for the fire signs this next week ahead? Two cards. Don't let pride get in your way. Surrender to the divine. So kind of what I'm getting with this energy, there could be like a disagreement, and neither of these cards specifically talk about that. This is just what I'm getting with my intuition. There could be a disagreement, or maybe not even as far. Well, we'll say a disagreement, because I guess that doesn't have to be like an argument or something. That's just like there's just like something you're not on the same page with someone else about, and it may be coming from a very much like egoic headspace. Like it may be a very like prideful situation. So I think this week you need to be looking at like where you may be being a little bit too prideful, especially when it comes to like how you're handling a situation with someone else. This could be a work situation. This could be like a boss, a coworker, a friend, a sibling for sure. Yeah, just someone else, right? And of course it could be like a partnership. Just however, right? There just could be some type of disagreement. You're seeing things in a certain way. And I think I would just challenge you to see if you're looking at things from a more prideful space than you should be, right? So don't let that get in your way of like this relationship or what your like goals are, what you're trying to do. And I see surrender to the divine with it. And so it's like you may just need to surrender a lot of this energy to the divine, right? So maybe you need to be praying on it. Maybe you're gonna need some help. Like you probably like, I cannot let it go this easy. And if you can't, that's when you really need to be leaning into this divine energy. Don't let pride get in your way. Because I was just thinking, like, dang, do we have a full moon where you could like really work with to release? But no, the new moon in Cancer is coming up. And I just told you that's our last new moon before eclipse season. That means you won't get a next free moon to new moon to actually do like the manifestation work, because we manifest at the new moon, right? We release at the full moons. So you're not going to be able to really use that new moon energy until September, right? So don't let pride get in your way to where you're blocked and you can't be doing what you need to do these next weeks ahead. Surrender to the divine, even if the situation seems, look at that. Bring love into the situation. Look there. They said bring love into the situation. So, you know, maybe you're just going to have to, allow some to like just agree to disagree with this energy, with this Aquarius energy, right? Like, especially if this is someone you love, like, still just like bring a little bit more love into it, right? You don't have to be like, well, it's my way or the highway, Sagittarius, because Sagittarius be on that shit. They be like, what I say is law. I'm not gonna get on y'all too much, Sagittarius. And Leo, this could be very much your reading since you're popping up here. And it's actually very interesting because we have the new moon Aquarius card and the full moon in Leo card. And that's the moon cycles that are paired together during Aquarius season, right? So we already went through this transit maybe in January. Whoa. Y'all wanna know what's funny is that the full moon eclipse this year, which I remember, look, because I am so good with cosmic time. Don't ask me nothing about like real human time, but like cosmic time, I got you. The full moon eclipse was in Aquarius. We had a full moon eclipse in Aquarius, and that was on February 17th. What were you doing back on February 17th? And so that's also when we would have had the full moon in Leo. But the Leo, I don't think was the eclipse. It would have been, I feel like it was a Virgo. Yeah. I feel like we had the Virgo full moon eclipse is what it was. But yeah, these two cycles go together. So this could be something that you've been holding on to since February, boo. And we're in July. So if that is the case, that don't got to resonate with everybody, but if that's the case, You need to bring some love into that situation, surrender it to the divine, and move forward. It's time to like move forward on something, because this card does talk about like moving forward, letting go of the past, getting forward. I didn't even set up for my writings, but okay. I'm like, ooh, that was a whole message right there. But let's see what the tarot has to say for you, so we could get some clarity, because I was just straight off the top with it. Okay, what do my fire signs need to know? Leo, Aquarius. Wow. Some of y'all could have some Aquarius placements, so maybe y'all are going to need to check out the air signs reading. I haven't even recorded that reading yet, but yeah, if you feel called to, if you do have air sign placements, Aquarius placements specifically, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, even if it's in your Neptune or Uranus, your North Node, any Aquarius placements, yeah, go check out that air signs reading when it's uploaded. Okay, for my fire signs, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, what's the next week ahead? What do we need to know? What's up for the fire signs? What's the advice, the guidance? The Seven of Wands, fill out. What else for my fire signs? Any other messages? What do the fire signs need to know? Advice, guidance, messages. I think that's too many. I guess I'll take it. And look at the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. See the King of Pentacles there. Okay. Seven of Wands came up there. Okay, so let me start with this first and see what we got up here. King of Swords, the World, the Seven of Wands, the Tower, the King of Pentacles. Ten of Swords, the Lovers, the Knight of Wands, Judgment. Interesting. Because that last row feels like reconciliation energy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because we were talking about, yeah, I'm like, let me try to remember whatever I was channeling at the beginning with don't let pride get in your way. Yeah. And I said there could be a disagreement happening. I was seeing that there was a disagreement with someone, right? Someone you care about with this King and Queen of Pentacles. But this could be a romantic relationship for sure with the Lovers here. But look at the angelic support that is here. I'm being drawn to with the Lovers and the Judgment card. But yeah, so I see reconciliation because look, we have Tower energy here. But even like the World, this Seven of Wands, yeah, like this could be the pride that is getting in your way. You threw up a wall. So I don't know what happened with someone, like you just got very guarded. You became very aggressive. You like kind of put up walls and you like push someone away. You like push someone away, or like whatever the case is, like someone put you in this mode, or people can't do any, you put yourself in this mode, or you got into this mode. Defenses are up. Okay, and that's the pride that's getting in your way, because it's coming from ego. So that means it's coming from some type of like hurt or pain. So I don't know what you learned here, like what kind of like mindset you got into. Yeah, I'm like, I can't see that far into the past. All I see is like something kind of put you on like guard, something put you on notice. Something happened that like reminded, especially with this World situation. And I don't always look at the World as past energy, but I'm literally seeing this as past energy. Like it reminded you of something. And it was like, I'm not going down that route again. I'm not. Like, I will knock all this over. I will knock all this over now. And that may have been what you did. Right? Or this could be someone else's energy. Like, however, I'm like, yeah, maybe this reading won't resonate with everyone, but I don't know. But look, I said we're in Mercury retrograde, okay? So somebody could have said something, or words could have been exchanged in this type of energy, right? That kind of like messed things up. I don't know. Like, I don't know what was done, what was said, what something was done, something was said, something reminded someone of something, and that kind of set them on guard, put them on notice, and that kind of like made them want to just like, and I can kind of get the sense of like matching energy, right? And that's why we don't match energy. My teachers say we don't match energy, we harmonize it, right? Like, because it's like, oh my God, that energy of people who say like, and when they go low, I'm gonna take it to hell. Okay, so they may have went low, and you may have took it to hell. Okay, with this tower, because you were like, I'm not gonna let nobody play me. Some of y'all can have Taurus placements. Like, I'm not gonna let nobody play me. Are you kidding me? Are you? There's so much fixed energy. There's so much fixed energy here, because I'm just seeing the King of Swords, Aquarius energy to me. I'm seeing Taurus energy. Of course, the world is fixed signs. The Scorpio, the Tower and the Judgment, Scorpio energy. Like, that's all the fixed sign energy. We got Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus. So some of y'all can, like, even as y'all are hearing this, y'all ego still kind of got y'all fixed. Like, they were wrong, I was right. Like, I did what I needed to do. I did what I had to do. And that's where I want you to check it, actually, right there. I'm like, thank you. I'm like, I'm an energy worker too, right? Because at the end of the day with these cards, I'm just reading energy, right? I'm an intuitive channel. I'm just reading this energy. And so that's the story that we're able to pinpoint and check in Mercury retrograde. And that's why this situation could have happened for you. You feel like you did what you had to do. Why? Why do you feel like that? And did you have to do this? Was this the only option? Were you even in a clear, grounded space when you took this action? Were you even in your highest, best energies, or were you just straight up triggered? That's shadow work, babe. Okay? I'm sorry to get real with you and get on some like real spiritual shit with you. I'm like, I don't know who this reading is for, but obviously the message is the message and it got to come out. You may feel like you did what you had to do, and I don't know if that was the only option, or I don't think that was the best that you actually could do. That may be the way that you've been used to doing it. You were like, I don't want to go through this past cycle, but you still looped something. Something got looped here. I want you to find the loop. I want you to find the story that you're telling yourself about this situation that sounds like other stories that you told yourself about other situations. Sorry if this reading's triggering you. I'm like, let me pull in somewhere like grounded energy. You're grounded. You're okay. Okay? You're safe. You're blessed to even be able to watch this reading on the internet, on the phone, or whatever device you're watching it on, okay? I'm like, that's just the message that needed to come through. But on the bright side, I'm like, we had to get through all of that. I'm like, this already at like 20 minutes. Okay. We had to get through all of that, right? Just to say that, like, it ain't over, or like the worst part is over, okay? Like, if this connection is something that you value, say that. Or they actually may be coming in to say that and be like, you know what? I'm sorry that I put you in this energy, or I'm sorry I made you feel like this, or I'm sorry I came across like this. I'm sorry I did this. Or you're doing that. Or y'all are both coming together and like realizing, okay, we both both may have been like acting from our triggers. We both may have like been, yeah, coming from a space of hurt. Seven of Swords, they're coming from a space of deceit. But yeah, but I see the Eight of Pentacles there. Like something can be worked out. I am getting that, yeah, something can come in fast. Like a reconciliation can come in fast. Like, cause you get a, like a sudden wake up call. Who had got that energy? I think like one of the last readings I did for the water signs, it was like wake up call, right? So it's like this is a wake up call that someone gets. It's like the talk about a sudden realization with this Knight of Wands to the Judgment on like something that went wrong in this love relationship. Dang, I just got a taste for creme brulee. That's so random. I'm like, some of y'all could like creme brulee. I love creme brulee, but I haven't even thought about it. It's crazy that shit just hits. Somebody could be eating creme brulee right now as you're watching this reading, and if it is, that's a sign to apologize, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. Okay? Because this is a relationship that is cared for on both sides. Oh my goodness. I feel like that Aries card, like a fiery a fiery climax approaches. This one of the cards in my deck, but like, so Aries, that's Aries energy here. This Knight of Wands could be some Aries energy. I'm like, I don't even know what I am going to title this reading. I think I know what I'm gonna title it, but okay, let's get your tea leaves. Okay, so let's see. I'm like, and I actually have the other cards in there for y'all who may enjoy the tea leaves with the timing cards and the theme cards, because I usually don't be having them in. Okay, so let's see, what is the tea leaves and the fortunes for my fire signs? What is coming in for them in this next week ahead? So the end of an argument, I didn't mean to flip those over. The end of a, oh my gosh, because I'm not even looking. And that's why I didn't necessarily want to have these cards out, because I didn't want to just be too drawn to them over others. But yeah, I wasn't even looking as I was pulling those cards. But yeah. So let's see what your tea leaves and fortunes are for the next week ahead. We have November. So November can be a significant time for you. That can be an anniversary. That could be your birth month, the other person's birth month. November, I get Scorpio energy too, and we were seeing hella fixed sign energy. Bat, take care. Enemies are working against you. So take care, but I'm getting that shadow work energy that needs to be done. Okay, so doing your shadow work, make sure it's not your own ego that's working against you, because don't let pride get in your way here. Dolphin, financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. So you got some financial gain that's going to come for you. Wealth, and boom. And I had actually flipped both of those cards over. I had pulled them out at the same time and I had flipped them over. So yeah, you got some wealth coming from something that you did in the past. So congratulations on that. That King and Queen of Pentacles, hand in need of help, assistance, or guidance. So give a helping hand to someone, or be able to accept a helping hand. Okay, be able to accept this assistance. Look, is he able to take a helping hand? No. Is he able to give a helping hand? Possibly. So Be open to that. Be open to something like being able to work out. Ear, good news. And I came over here right with the judgment. Literally, you're going to hear something. You're going to hear something with this Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is a very speedy messenger. So you could be hearing something very soon. Well, I mean, this is a reading for the next week. So, yeah. February. What did I say? Didn't I bring up February? So some of y'all definitely can't have Aquarius placements. Make sure you watch that air sign reading. Look at that air. If you have air placements, go watch the air sign elemental reading. I don't know what's going to come out for you. Like I said, I haven't even recorded that reading yet. But Spirit's telling you if you do have Aquarius placements, yeah. But yeah, something could have happened in February that you're still holding on to. And it happened last eclipse season. And that's why paying attention to your cosmic calendar is important, because yeah, what were you transiting last eclipse season? Because like I was already saying, we're about to begin the next round of eclipse season. So we're going into our next eclipses, and I won't go to a whole thing because I was gonna go into a whole spill on eclipses. But yeah, February could be significant. February to November. Yeah. So that is what I am seeing, fire signs. Good luck in this next week ahead, okay? Don't surrender to the divine. I should have brought in more of that energy, right? Because that is here. Because I was talking about like, if it does feel like a lot, I didn't mean to like be triggering at the beginning, right? Surrender all that fear, all the like worries, the unknown to the divine who can truly hold and handle that for you, okay? But just don't get in the way of like you really getting something that you love, okay? So but there is a second chance that's coming too, and that's here with this World card as well. So yeah, yeah. Have a good week ahead. Good luck, fire signs. Check out your other placements. Make sure you give me a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.